In a world that feels like it's tearing itself apart, where division screams louder than unity, and hope often feels like a whispered rumor, many believe that without provable facts or scientific data, human action is purely irrational. Yet, there's an ancient, radical power at play. A love that doesn't just bear all things, it conquers them, even death itself. This isn't just about faith in the abstract, it's about a force that perhaps science and reason by themselves cannot fully measure. This isn't just a hopeful idea, it's a lived reality, carried by some of history's most brilliant minds and audacious souls. Take Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Faced with brutal hate and systemic injustice, he didn't strike back with violence. He wielded something far more potent, the fierce compassion of Christ. King understood that the love Jesus embodied, a love that suffered rather than retaliated, wasn't weakness. It was a divine strategy. He famously declared, "Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that." To his oppressors, King didn't say, "Destroy," he said, "Redeem." To the oppressed, he didn't say, "Submit." He said, "Rise," in the dignity of God's image.
Then there's Mahatma Gandhi.
Not a Christian, yet so profoundly moved by Jesus' Sermon on the Mount, he called it the greatest teaching ever given. To Gandhi, the crucified Christ was the ultimate embodiment of satyagraha, truth force, a love so profound it could dismantle empires without ever raising a weapon. His reverence wasn't just in words, but in a radical imitation, a self-sacrificing ethic that transformed a subjugated nation. He further states, "I am convinced that Jesus belongs not solely to Christianity, but to the entire world." Even Carl Sagan, the brilliant astrophysicist and champion of reason, found himself drawn to something beyond pure logic. He wrote with a reverence bordering on worship, not for superstition, but for the profound mystery woven into the fabric of the universe itself. In one of his final interviews, Sagan pondered, "If there is a God, what kind of God would it be? It would have to be more subtle and more magnificent than the human mind can grasp." Sagan, despite his scientific lens, hinted at a cosmic yearning for connection, much like in the film Interstellar, where love is presented not just as an emotion, but as a fundamental force of the universe. A tangible connection that transcends dimensions, a fifth dimension that can guide us through the impossible. Perhaps this divine love of Christ isn't merely for the faithful or just a concept for theologians. It's a fundamental force, echoing through the cosmos, calling to the seeker, the skeptic, the stargazer, who still longs for home. These voices, King, Gandhi, Sagan, from different centuries on different paths, all converged at one profound crossroads. The question of love. Not love as an idea, but love as a person. Love crucified, love risen. In a world that screams for power, Jesus whispers, "Forgive them." This isn't weak, it's not primitive. It is divine defiance, the refusal to let evil have the final word. So whether you're leading marches in Selma, spinning cloth in Gujarat, or exploring the farthest reaches of the cosmos, the invitation still stands. Divine love still moves and still wins.